Hey everyone, real quick before we actually start. There's been a bit of a mishap with this episode, and I'm just recording this a couple of weeks afterwards where we actually noticed it. We've been trying to incorporate a camera, which is great, except that it got into the middle of the screen in this episode and also made me look like a luminous angel creature from hell. So Vincent is about to sort of censor it and put like a black bar or a test screen or something funny over it. I'm not sure what he's gonna do, but yeah, there's gonna be some, let's say, visual artifact in this episode. Just wanted to point that out. Next week we'll probably be back with normal visuals and maybe even my face. Who knows? Anyway, here goes the episode. Hello everybody and welcome back to He Makes Me Play. I am Marius and as always I'm here with Vincent. Hey Vincent.
Hi Marius.
Yeah, changing up the intro. I always make people play because I'm blind. I cannot see games, but they can. So, I already asked how you are. It's all different now. But yeah, I'm excited because today we're gonna break down some doors.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, do the quest with Evrart. Last time we did a bunch of like random stuff and we met an asshole cop who was maybe our partner.
Yeah. A sarcastic asshole cop.
Yes, exactly. And like we slept and it's a new day, so lots of things may have changed. I don't know, but I want to start it strong with, following the main quest.
One of the main quests, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
We are on our way to the backyard, or second part of the backyard.
Yeah. Gotta love those trumpets.
Always with the
Always
trumpets.
accompanying us on Harry's adventures.
And there is the famous door.
This must be it. The basement door is weather-worn. The copper nails holding the upholstery in place have turned green from sea air, and there's a knocker shaped like a lion's head.
Ooh.
The royal lion, Guillaume's kitten. This knocker will last a lifetime and then some.
I like how he says knocker
Mm-hmm.
with gusto. What does this door look like, Vincent? Please do some description for me, because this seems like an important door.
That's really hard to describe because I don't actually see it.
Oh, really?
Basically, it's perpendicular to the camera. So
okay.
We see gray stairs that go like half an apartment height into the ground, and then there's, I assume, a door.
Yeah, okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
So it's like a side view. That's how I'm imagining it. That's so weird. Okay.
Exactly.
But like, any idea from the surroundings where it might lead to?
Well, we know that the door... Actually, do we know anything about... Yeah, okay, we know that on the other side of the building, there's the entrance to the Harbour, I think, on the Fritte. I don't think this is the building we can get through the tool shed.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But apart from that, I guess an apartment building or something like that.
Yeah, okay.
Or just a hall. Like this...
We don't know.
Yeah.
Might go to Bag End.
We'll
I don't
have
know.
to find
In
out.
my mind, it's like a door in a hill that leads to Bilbo's home.
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah.
So we can either carefully knock, we can press our ear against the door, and we can use Manana's key to unlock the door.
Press ear first.
Okay.
This is
The
like an
leather
adventure.
upholstery is worn and rough against your jaw. You don't hear any movement.
It is like an adventure.
Yes, we're going on an adventure. Now we can knock to be polite.
First off, we can continue
Oh.
with a skill check.
Yes.
In fact, it's oddly silent in the yard around you. No birds chirp.
And no children.
Yeah, where's Kuno?
I think he was behind us just a moment ago.
Now he's gone.
Yeah, I mean,
Everybody knows something bad is about to happen. This is very ominous.
We can carefully knock or use the key.
Knock, knock.
You knock silently. The upholstery muffles the sound. No response comes from the apartment.
Yeah, so it's an apartment.
Knocking silently kind of defeats the purpose of a knock.
Yeah.
But alright.
Well,
So, can we kick it in now?
I guess no one is in.
The lieutenant looks uncomfortable.
You feel eyes on you, watching you from the window overlooking the yard.
And that was a legendary success.
By what, Shivers?
Inland Empire.
Oh, okay. Wow. But it's legendary, but it's not very helpful.
Yeah, but we can still continue on.
Okay.
You're pretty sure the owner of the apartment isn't here. It's safeish.
Say fish is great.
Well, okay, we have a new option here. We can ask, Lieutenant, what is your opinion of this task we are undertaking?
Mm-hmm.
Let's be honest. This isn't what I joined the RCM for, but every day tells you something new about yourself.
I love Kim. I keep saying that, but it keeps being true.
Apparently, working with the local union boss to get info on an investigation is not something I'm squeamish about.
Apparently.
Yeah. So we can either say, so you don't mind if I unlock the door? Or we can say, got it.
No, yeah, ask him if he doesn't mind. I love not pissing off Kim.
Yeah.
I mind that the local thug is using the RCM for his busy work. But if this gets us to the bottom of this hanging, then I'm willing to look over it. On the other hand, we could just leave and tell Evrart we opened the door.
Oh.
No one seems to be tailing us to see if we actually did it.
And we can ask, lie to Evrart? That's also an option?
Yes, presenting a fabrication is known to get results here and there. You took this task. You make the call.
And we gained the update to the task.
Yeah, but I don't want to lie.
The door is right here. You can just open it and be done with this. Besides, if you never open it, you're never going to find out what's behind the door.
Who's saying that, Inland?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my thinking as well. I mean, maybe I misunderstood this task, but actually it has always been formulated this way. We're just supposed to unlock this, right?
Right.
And then leave.
Which is weird.
That is really weird because, like, anyone could do this. Manana could do this himself. I don't understand it. It must be some... Yeah, okay. I'm not going to conjecture. I don't understand it. But, yeah, I'm going to do more. I'm going to unlock it and walk inside like a sucker.
Yeah. Well,
Look around.
the only thing that comes to mind where this might be something they want to give to somebody else is if there's a booby trap. But I don't
That's
expect
true.
that.
Yeah, and it might be a trap expecting us to walk in. And that's like, you know, then we did it of our own volition and stuff. But sure, I'll walk in your trap, Everett.
Yeah. So, use Manana's key to unlock the door.
Yes.
You try to be as silent as you can. It takes a bit of rattling of the handle to loosen the bolt. Finally, the door unlocks with a small clack. Thoughts race through your head. Only curiosity could account for stepping over that threshold. Maybe there's treasure in there. A white alligator. A fountain of quicksilver.
Yes.
As you hold the open door, you can feel the air moving. A little draft. A whistle.
Is that Shivers?
Yeah.
Nice. Yes, it's an adventure, Vincent. Let's go get our loot from the dungeon.
We have thoughts. Or the yellow
The bubble.
bubble. Yes.
Master Investigator, you just can't keep yourself away from locked and hidden places, can you?
Oh, no.
Or we can ask, what do you mean? Or we can ask, say, it is my duty as a cop to investigate every square inch of this world. Or, last option, hey, I'm not some sort of a peeper.
What do you mean? Be innocent. Yes, yes.
Nothing. You're right. Get in there. Deep. Invade every personal space. Break every lock.
And we can say, I'm just browsing.
Okay.
Or the other two options stayed the same.
Well, the cop thing, I think we can say.
Okay, so we say, it is my duty as a cop to investigate every square inch of this world.
Attaboy, the world's secrets were made for you. They wait patiently for you to uncover them.
Thought gained.
Yeah, it was a
Jam
sound.
rock shuffle.
What? Oh my god, I'm curious. But we'll get to that in a moment. First, are we done with the door?
Yeah, we can go into...
Yeah, let's go inside. I
apartment.
can't wait any longer.
We're in the loading screen. Ooh.
Now we get shot in the face by Martinez.
Yeah, well, we would...
Game over, man.
No, it's actually... it's a living space, apparently. So,
Okay. So it is an apartment.
yeah, we are in a small hallway that opens up into a larger room with... a bathroom area and then a sleeping area and a desk.
Okay. So it is basically Bag End.
Yeah, sort of. It's very cozy and very small.
Except that the music does not signify cozy at all.
Not at all.
This is the music from the pawn shop, right? isn't it?
I think you're right, yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like it. It has the same dissonant tones.
So that maybe his...
Does he live here?
Maybe.
It's possible. I mean, but well, does it look like there's someone here who listens to a lot of prog rock? I mean,
Not really much.
any yellow lights?
No.
Yeah, okay. Well, is there anything you could describe the space to me, Vincent, with more detail?
So the living area has... Well, there are two parts of this living area. On the northern wall, there is a desk with some cutlery and eating
Okay,
food
but
stuff.
is it like fine cutlery? What kind of person do you think would live here?
Well,
Rich person?
as I said, it's a very... No, more...
Poor person?
Poor person,
Okay.
a worker maybe. So the desk is obviously like self-painted. There are patches of the desk that is it's painted blue, but there are like metal parts that haven't been painted properly.
Okay.
There are two different kinds of chairs, both without a back piece, just the forelegs and the platform on it.
A stool, you might say.
Yes, and the cutlery and the plates and all that are of different make, not fitting to one set necessarily.
Is it overly dirty or super untidy? Or otherwise disorganized?
It's a little disorganized, but not too much. So the floor is clean. The sleeping area is actually not a bed. It's a sofa, similar to ours. And there is like one blanket haphazardly thrown onto it. There's a poster of some creature.
Is it the gnome? As we learned about last episode?
I think it might be like a crouching man.
Oh, okay. Can we look at it? Surely there's bubbles here to click on, right?
Yes.
You want to get to the bubbles?
Bubbles.
Let's start with the poster.
Whoever lives here admires fair-haired fantasy heroes with big muscles. Okay.
I was right about Bag End.
Yeah. Wait, that's Bilbo?
No, but like fantasy, you know?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
It's close enough.
Yeah. Then next to... Ooh, there's loot here.
Bottles?
No, but there's like a desk drawer thing, and I can click it. And it has a intersolary dress shirt.
Okay.
+1 logic.
Cool.
We'll take that.
Can use that for this blasted Kim check.
Yeah.
Do it later.
Then there is a shelf basically. I was about to say it's a shelf, whatever.
Right. Some storage unit.
Full of books, and it's not exactly tidy, but it's like 4 shelves on top of one another, and about as wide as 3 people next to each other.
Oh, okay.
So it's quite a lot of books.
Lots of books.
Yeah. And then there's the desk area with 2 bubbles. There's a flag hanging on top of it with like the upper part is yellow, and then there's the lower part is striped white and blue.
Of course, all these different nations and isolas and whatever, they must have their own flags.
And then in the middle of the flag, there's a circle that is red, and then that has a second half circle surrounding it.
Okay, does it have a bubble?
Yes. I will see what it says. You can almost feel the warmth of the red sun on the flag. And we have a bubble for ourselves.
This is the flag of Revachol, the suzerainty.
And we can ask, what's with the sun?
This isn't just one sun, but there are little suns dancing around the big sun. This is the 7-fold sun miracle.
What's the 7th-fold sun miracle?
It's an optical atmospheric anomaly the first settlers saw. Happens in cold weather. 6 small suns around the big one. This complex halo phenomena is how old Revachol got its flag. It is but one of the many strange optic atmospheric phenomenon of this wondrous archipelago. You're sure you once saw sundogs in your youth, and blue flares.
That's cool.
And we can say, Lieutenant, the old flag of the suzerain, and we point to it. Or we can finish the thought by either bowing down or don't bowing down in front of the flag.
No, involve Kim.
Mm-hmm. The tenant is an old-fashioned guy.
Yeah. That's apparently a universal thing. If you have flags on your wall of anything, you're like an, in quotation marks, old-fashioned conservative of some sort.
Yeah.
That is a rule, right? Nobody has flag. Well, I guess that's not true. You could have flags of the Soviet Union. Then you're a lefty.
Yeah, or you have sports flags.
I guess that exists. Yeah.
But
Do you have flags on your wall?
not that I know of.
No, I don't. But I hear you can have fun with flags.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Well, do we bow or do we do not bow?
I have no reason to bow. I mean, we didn't even remember what this flag was.
Yeah, we finished the thought by don't bow to the flag.
The flag doesn't seem to mind. It's just a colourful fabric with a sun sewn onto it. Like all feudal flags, it looks like a children's drawing.
It's kind of true.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, and then there are some open books on the desk.
Yeah, click more bubble.
A book titled The Hidden World of Walking Sticks lies open. That might be the pawn shop guy.
Yeah, that fits the pawn shop guy. Yeah.
No, there are some books right next to us, but I think that's just loot. Oh no, okay. They weren't next to us. There's a second smaller room that actually has a bed, and blue walls that also seem very much worn down. And there are some books on another smaller shelf, and part of that is a +1 morale magnesium bottle.
Thanks.
Whoa. And there's also a suitcase opened on the bed.
Okay.
Let's click that. A small suitcase full of clothes. Guests are staying over. Okay.
Or someone is about to leave. Maybe quickly.
If this is a pawn shop owner's thing,
Which
right?
is a theory.
Yeah. And he knows where our gun is. Maybe Evrart doesn't have it and uses us to get it.
So you think the gun might be here?
Either it is here, or here are information about the person he sold it to. Or he gave it to. Maybe he didn't even sell it.
Maybe this is even the place of the person he sold it to.
Could be.
But I mean, yeah, we assume, though, he doesn't have it, though, right? Because he said he sold it, and he's probably being truthful.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we should definitely search the place thoroughly. Our gun might be here.
Yeah, well, we're almost done. There's one shelf left to test.
Okay.
That's one above the eating area. And, okay, we moved up to it, and we have a yellow bubble. The smell of disinfectant in the room smells like chemicals. And
Someone cleaned something
possibly.
that had blood on it, perhaps?
Yeah, I mean, we're also next to the bathroom and sink area, so could be.
Maybe just cleaning the kitchen.
Oh.
Who knows?
Let's talk to the shelf.
Okay.
A row of mugs sits on the shelf. Each one depicts a human figure. A dark-skinned woman grinning amidst mysterious symbols. A broad-shouldered man shoveling potatoes, and others.
All right.
We tap on the marks.
A little ring. Though cheerful, the images on the ceramic make you vaguely uncomfortable.
Wait, that just reminds me. We know of one other important mug. The mug.
The
with
racist mug.
Yes.
Yeah, that fits the flag.
Mm-hmm.
Because flag people are... No, I know. I'm kidding. That's a good pull, Vincent. I forgot about that that mug.
But where did we find it? We found it
in the trash.
In the trash, right. Okay, I wasn't sure if we found it next to the corpse or in the trash, but certainly on the backyard.
In the trash, but that's very close to this bag end, right?
Okay, so maybe...
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly... It's already weird that the game makes us interact with the mugs. So they must be significant, clearly.
Yeah. So, we continue.
There's something disdainful in the way the curves and lines of the bodies were drawn.
We gained another 10 experience from conceptualization.
And she was dark-skinned? Is it implied that these are also racist mugs? Is this a collector of racist mugs? That's a weird habit to have.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, no, think you might very well be right. These might be
I mean, it
racist.
was your mug idea. That you made the connection.
Yeah, no, I'm just reading again how the mugs were described. The dark-skinned woman grinning amidst mysterious symbols,
Yeah.
and the broad-shouldered man shoveling potatoes.
Potatoes, remember?
Yeah.
Head measurer talked about people who eat a lot of potatoes
Mhm.
and it makes their heads rotten. It was
Yeah.
racist stuff, so
Uh-huh.
it fits. Oh, I love how the game pulls these details together. That's
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
nice. But here's the problem: clearly the connection has been made, but what's the payoff? Was
Oh.
that mug? Does it imply anything else? We found it in the trash, but there was nothing else in the trash that was connected to the mug, right? It just had the important thing in the trash was our files,
Right.
and the
Yeah.
mug was more an extra thing.
So I guess the mug would, in a way, connect it to the murder, just because of being near it. But then again, this apartment is near the murder, so
Yeah, is this a Measureheads apartment?
that would be hilarious because it's so tiny.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's somehow not racist enough.
No.
And there's
Well-
not enough weapons, not enough working out gear.
Okay, maybe his whole racist thing is just a character he puts on.
That's a lot of work for a character.
Yeah.
I don't know if I buy that theory. Let's keep digging.
Okay, let's continue
Yeah.
and see what the next two has to say.
The images betray a lack of interest in human beings. They are merely unflattering caricatures.
What skill is that? Authority?
Empathy.
Oh, okay.
And we say, what do I mean, uncomfortable?
The owner of these mugs doesn't like people of other ethnicities very much.
Yeah.
And we can say, typical asshole. Or we can say, so what? They can think what they want. This is a free world. Or, thanks. Good to know. I have no opinion on this.
Number 3, please.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I kind of have an opinion. It's like, oh, I wish you wouldn't, dude. Because why? But
yeah.
the other two are too extreme, as always.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime.
Also, we healed morale because that's the character we are.
That's right. That was the moralist option, right?
Yeah.
How reliably we choose it every time. Don't even have to power game it. Okay.
I also just noticed we have now, instead of a number on our healing potions, we have 9+. Because we apparently exceeded that so far.
What?
Apparently, every time we heal morale,
Yeah.
we gain it as a healing potion.
Oh, really?
I guess
It's
so.
like when it overflows, you get some magnesium magically appears in your pocket.
Yeah. Or no,
Or-
I guess we did found one,
Yeah,
so maybe
we found
we just
so
have...
many, and we never take them.
Yeah, so we
Yeah.
just have 10 now.
Honestly, how do you lose morale in this game? It doesn't happen very often. Are we just that good? Are
I
we
mean-
missing something?
By now, we are healing a lot of it, right?
Yeah, okay.
But I don't
We
know.
lost some with Everett. It's not true. You do lose morale.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure we healed ourselves in the fight with Evrart, but I don't know if it was morale or HP. Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like both went up and down. Well, health
Mhm.
probably just went down. Anyway, let's continue.
Yeah.
The lieutenant picks up one of the mugs, then puts it back down with a look of disdain.
Yeah, he's not gonna like this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm beginning to feel better about breaking into this man's apartment.
And we can whip out our yellow man mug and compare.
Nice. Yes, very good.
Yes, your broken mug friend would feel very much at home here. The same humor, the same mocking lines.
You know what we should do?
Put it back.
Yeah, we should just put it back and close the door again.
Yeah,
Just
and don't
leave.
comment it. Like it's like
Yeah.
we were here. I almost feel like the game will give you that option.
Uh-huh.
Wouldn't surprise me.
We'll see.
There's the missing tin soldier. Whoever lives here might have used the Whirling's container to dump his trash.
Okay.
Mhm.
And now they've drawn the ire of the Union. The plot thickens, as they say.
Okay.
Okay.
An interesting little clue. Let's see where this goes. Clues have a way of magically connecting to other clues down the road.
Visual calculus.
Logic.
Oh, okay. Yeah, makes sense.
Perhaps you should break into apartments more often.
Physical instrument.
Inland Empire.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and we have another thing we can say. Do you really think it's the same person who put the dead man's clothes in the trash?
Oh, okay. I wasn't making that connection.
Me neither. And I don't think Kim was making that connection, but apparently we do.
Let's ask.
I also like how because we make the assumption, we assume that he makes the assumption. Like that.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? I'm not expecting too much from this clothes in the trash lead either way. It might turn out to be some random local matter, but still, a nice coincidence.
Okay, and with that we leave.
Okay.
Okay, and I think we have done everything in this apartment.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That seems weird. We can't look at the suitcase, not find out what's in it?
Nope.
Okay.
It's a very tiny apartment.
I wish... man, we still don't know why we're supposed to leave the door unlocked.
No idea. No.
Crap.
So, like...
I feel like we're being played.
I don't understand what's the big deal about unlocking the door.
Yeah, I don't either. I'm sure... Yeah, we'll find out. Let's just leave it unlocked. And go back to Evrart and tell him.
Are we going to be confronted by somebody when we load out of this area?
The end boss comes. Gandalf stands in front of us.
Yeah. Nope. And nobody here.
Okay.
All right. So where to now?
Evrart.
Report
back.
All right. There's also the... I just remembered the lorry driver we can talk to eventually.
That's true. The shaman lady, right?
Yeah, which would be... So if we have Everett's quest, we also have the other quest from Joyce. And that will be hers, right?
Finding the drug trafficker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
But I want more from this key door unlocking thing. I'm not satisfied yet. I want answers, Evrart.
Well, want to talk to Manana first?
Sure, we can try. Maybe he wants the key back.
Hola, Wandering Man. How can I help you?
And we can say, that weasel I visited. Turns out he has one hell of a colonial mug collection.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the janitor who gave me the key to his apartment said the guy's a bit of an asshole.
And we can say, yes, his mug collection certainly represented antiquated social values. Or number 2, see how we are all busy concentrating on the racist mugs? That's what the ruling class wants. Number 3, a man with such a funny mug collection can't be that bad. And number 4, all I'm saying is he had lots of mugs.
No, that's not all I'm saying. In this case, I think I want to say number 1. I mean, it's also not super judgmental, saying, yeah, antiquated social values.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said before, I don't know much about this weasel, but the bossman said he's a real piece of work. Thanks for helping out, friend.
Can we talk to the guy with the Irish accent who was like super nice?
Yeah. What was his name? Lucky Joe or something?
Let's find out if he has racist tendencies. Has he been listening to Head Measurer too much?
But do you think...
I think he might be the weasel.
Really?
I think he might live in Bag End.
I would think that every... that would also work against Head Measure or Measurehead. I think every part of Everett's organization he would already get into, if he wanted to, right?
You think?
I think so, yeah.
He could just murder everyone.
No, I think he has... He is friendly enough with the people that work in the harbor to just ask them for whatever he needs.
But not if they're the weasel, though.
I guess.
Because, like, obviously if you're the weasel, you're not obeying Everett's demands.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess this is the sneakier way. We are in the office right now, and there's a button I want to click.
Okay.
A giant ass print on the pillow and pattern of coffee rings on the armrest. On...
What? Aspirin?
Ass print.
Oh, like the print of an ass.
Right.
Like a donkey? Or an ass?
No, an ass. It's a chair.
Like an ass.
Yeah.
Okay, I see now.
Are we British now?
Well, what am I supposed to... Buttocks? Is that better?
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. And now we have a thought for ourselves. Someone is habitually chilling next to the radio.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a giant ass print. Mm-hmm.
Evrart. He's a giant man.
Yeah. That's interesting. Maybe that's how he gets his information, by listening to police radio, maybe.
Maybe. Yeah, this was cool music too.
Oh, there's also the container we lowered that we can't get into.
Excuse me. What kind of check did that have?
I don't remember,
Alright.
but I just saw it standing there.
There are so many secrets in Roboshell.
Well,
You can't possibly find them all.
let's start with the Irish one.
What's his name?
We'll find out.
Oh, hey, mister. I knew you'd be back to talk with old Leo here. Yes, I did. It's
Yeah.
like Lady Larice said when she opened a bathhouse in the basement of my apartment building. They can only get so far before they're aching to get back. And lots of folk really did keep coming back.
What is he talking about?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
But-
but he has an apartment building apparently, and that rules out my theory.
Yeah, and that has a basement, and that place we just went to was the basement, basically, right?
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, I don't
By
think that,
saying that is a basement, he's referring to that to back end.
No, I mean the opposite. He said his apartment building
Yeah,
had a basement,
with a bathhouse.
right? So
Slash probably was a brothel.
his flat wasn't the basement.
Yeah,
and I would
yeah.
see that as the basement.
Yeah, all right. Are there any new options?
Well, we have two options to just get us to the menu, and we can either say Leo. In the future, can we keep this greeting shorter?
No, I
Or-
don't want to say that.
Yeah, or the other one is, I had some questions for you, if that's not too much of a trouble.
Well, just check if there's new options.
No trouble at all, mister. No trouble at all. It's like that old saying goes, wisdom withers if not shared. And old Leo is always up for sharing.
No new
Yeah,
options.
like a weasel, you know.
But no new options.
All right, never mind. I strike that theory out.
Okay, so let's talk to Evrart.
Yeah. We have full health, right? Or at least a lot of it.
Yeah, well, our maximum. We do not have any
Yeah.
health potions, though.
Oh well. He's gonna be like, "Oh, it's okay. You already sat on the shitty chair that hurts you. You don't have to do it again."
Mr. Dubois, a pleasure as always. You don't have to sit down this time, since you've already sat on that chair.
Thanks, game.
Uh-huh. Well, we can say, I opened the door you asked me. Can we discuss the murder now?
Yeah.
And we can also ask about the container that's outside your office.
Do that first.
Okay.
My dear Harry, there are literally millions of containers in this harbour. I couldn't possibly remember what's in all of them.
That's probably not true. There's probably not millions.
No, and he probably remembers a lot of them.
Yeah.
We can say there's something special about it. It was
Yes.
attached to the Quasund crane.
Mm-hmm.
Harry, you smooth-talking son of a bitch. Time is a precious resource, and I don't have enough of it to count containers with you.
Resource? Wicked.
Yeah, he has a very remarkable style of talking.
Yeah. Also, he says with the fondest of smiles.
Yeah, he's always so smooth. Yeah.
Smooth talking. Maybe that's the way to go about opening the container. You should at least try to
Oh, what, is that inland?
That's rhetoric.
Oh, that's a skill. I forgot.
Yeah, apparently that's a skill.
Yeah, but I love that. Yeah, let's interact with the container after we're done here.
So we say, I opened the door you asked me. Can we discuss the murder now?
I'm very glad to hear that, Harry. One question. You didn't actually happen to stumble in and see what's inside the apartment, did you?
I knew it was a trap.
There is no way to sway this man in any direction. He is unsuggestible and unswayable. Just tell the truth.
Who's saying that?
Suggestion.
Oh, okay.
So we can either say, I may have gone inside and seen a collection of racist mugs. Or we can say, I did go inside. Weasel had the flags of the old Reverchol on his wall. Or the last one, the deal wasn't for me to go inside, so I didn't.
No, do the mug thing.
Okay.
Just as I thought. Culturally antiquated mug collection. What a weasel. Pissing on Evrart's Rainbow Coalition. Now let's get down to brass tacks. It's time for men like me and you to figure out who's killed who and why. Real police work is going to start happening now. I promise you, Harry, this is going to be good.
I like what I'm hearing.
Yeah. So I can either say, the mug collection I mentioned was in the apartment. I found a similar mug in the trash with a hanged man's clothes. Or the other one, I've heard about a connection between the lynching and the strike. I'd like to hear what you thought. You know about it.
No, fuck all that. Talk more about mugs.
Yeah, let's go.
Racist mugs in the trash and in the apartment? You guys are just light years ahead of me.
Do you think... I think I see where this is going.
Uh-huh.
He's trying to set someone up.
Mm-hmm. I think so too.
I think I just figured it out. Yeah, he has a weasel, and he wants to get rid of the weasel by framing him as the murderer.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna get rid of his weasel for him, and he's gonna deliver us a murderer.
Oh, yeah.
Is it gonna be head measurer? That would be kind of satisfying. Oh, it's gonna be a difficult decision, Vincent, coming up. But let's see how this plays out.
Yeah.
I have so much confidence in the ability of your organization. I'm relieved you're doing this and leaving me to do what I do best. Helping people. With the power of politics.
Yes. Do you think this weasel is somehow connected to the murder?
There we go, Kim.
Oh, no. I don't cross paths like that. All I want is for you to succeed in your investigation. I would never complicate things for you.
And we say, but this weasel might have cleaned up after the killers.
Believe me, Harry, he's a nobody. It's your basement variety nobody. Can't imagine him being connected to a high-caliber case like this. But he does live nearby. Maybe it's a pedantic weasel. Fascists are known to be neat freaks. I feel like a real detective right now, Harry. Am I getting this right?
He imitates bashing someone with an imaginary baton.
I kind of love this guy now.
Yeah.
He's now really entertaining.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I wonder if our opinion of him would have changed if he had been voice acted all the way.
But he was.
At the very start?
When we first interacted with him, much of his dialogue was voice acted.
That's true, yeah, right. But yeah, this part is great.
Yeah. Well,
Okay,
I love it also because I get his play now. I know, I understand his spiel.
Yeah. So we can say, number one, great technique. You'd make a great sergeant. Number two, there's more to police work than whacking an imaginary baton. Oh, the last one, say nothing.
Say nothing in this case.
Of course, Harry. Stoic silence. I like that. Very befitting a police officer. I'm not a real detective. You are.
That's all he's going to say on this subject.
Okay, that was the mug collection, and now we have the connection between the lynching and the strike.
Yes.
By now, I'm sure you've figured out who the dead man was working for. The bad guys. Wild Pines. Sent to scare us. Another violent measure of the top hats against us flatcaps.
And we say, I'm listening.
Harry, this strike is the culmination of many, many mistakes made by the Wild Pines group. They tried to shut the strike down by sending in armed mercenaries.
You mean our victim?
A security contractor? Can you imagine that? Workers standing in peaceful protest, united in the spirit of fellowship, and they send hired killers to mow us down with machine gun fire? I'm talking beasts, hardened killers from proxy wars in Yisut, Semenine, Saramaritsa, you name it, they've done it. Raping, killing, burning villages, killing little children for the Senorita Pineapple Company, Harry. Everything they did there, they brought over here. They want to turn Revachol into a third world slum. Honestly, the only thing they didn't do is kill the village elephant.
Wow. He's quite good at convincing people.
I'm sorry to bring this up, but did you ever read a book called 100 Years of Solitude?
No.
Okay, it's a cool book by Garcia Marquez. It just, for some reason, I have to think of it because there is a sort of machine gun massacre in it that gets mentioned over and over again, and it is done by the Banana Company. That's the name they always mention.
Huh.
And it's just so really reminded me because of Pineapple Company and stuff. And yeah, and it's similar conflicts of workers versus stuff, and it's a good book. And I just got reminded. Anyway, let's continue.
I just enjoyed his tactic. I remember this, like in school, learning about Latin and about Caesar and how he justified his war in what was France called back then?
Galley.
Right.
Yeah.
As basically a defensive mechanism, because they would have eventually attacked, and we just had to strike first to survive at all.
I think that's how all wars work, basically. Every war is fought out of fear. It's like, we gotta get them before they get us.
It's quite possible. And I just noticed this tactic here as well.
Right? Yeah, you're right.
They killed a guy, and he says, well, we had to because he was a killer. He murdered, he raped children.
Yeah, somewhere else. I mean, as far as I know, no machine gun fire has been done here, right?
No, there wasn't even any machine guns around. No weapons we have found. Nothing.
Yeah, not that I know. I mean, there was mention of possible sexual violence, but it was only hinted at.
Right. Yeah, okay, there was that.
No one wants to talk about it, but yeah. Anyway, this is the only murder we're investigating. So, yeah. The walkers were afraid of that stuff, which I also understand. But at this point, where's this going, Everett? What are you saying?
Well, first of all, we have a... Hold on. You have a village elephant question?
All right.
No, Harry, the elephant is metaphorical, and so is the village. But the mercs and their brutality are very real.
I like how he's just, like, totally up for our weirdness. He totally gets it. He's on point. He just...
Well, that's a way to dismiss it, right?
Yeah.
That's a way to ignore it, yeah. But I like it too, sure.
Yeah, so we say, go on.
Now, I haven't personally witnessed the brutalities out there. I have the luxury of staying in my container, you see. If I need to go somewhere, they just move my container.
That's nice.
Really? He never leaves this place? Like some deep sea turtle or something? They move it? Seriously? Is there another large person in the secret container? Is that why rhetoric is going to work?
Oh.
Well.
Just could be. I don't think so, though.
Let's go on.
But he seems like he stays here all day, yeah. So we can say, wait, they move the container?
Okay.
Or we can say, go on.
Wait.
Always the wait option.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm an old man, Harry. My legs aren't what they used to be. They lift my office with that big crane. It's actually very fun. You should try it.
I love that. The way he said that. It's actually very fun. Wonderful. Yeah.
But enough about me and my fun container. The killers the company hired, I think there were 3 of them. All hardened commando types.
Ooh, so that means
2
there
more.
Are 2 more.
All right.
Either they already killed them or they're still out there.
One of them got downright suicidal, getting drunk, violent, a little rapey. Even their own negotiator couldn't control him. That's your boy, the one who likes hanging out and trees.
Is that Kuno?
No, he's talking about the dead man, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he said boy...
It was a lampoon.
Yeah.
You made a joke, and I didn't get it. Okay.
By negotiator, you mean Joyce?
Harry, what you need to realize is, we dock workers are not pushovers. We got grit, Harry. This whole neighborhood does. Push us hard enough and we push back. And when we do, we push to kill.
We can say, wait, the whole neighborhood is in on it?
Sure.
Potentially, Harry, potentially. We got arm wrestling champions, rowing club people, ex-coal miners, tough guys, all ready to spring into action for their home base.
And we can ask, who exactly did the pushing?
There's a militant wing inside the Union, a group of people whose duties don't involve manual labor, but peacekeeping in the neighborhood, making sure everything runs smoothly.
That's the Hardy Boys.
Yep.
They're like you guys. Idealistic people who want to make sure bad things don't happen. And if they already have, well, punishment must follow.
So these idealists killed our victim?
One day Titus Hardy, leader of this peacekeeping faction, comes up to me and says, "Boss, socialist democratic fervor drove us to take it upon ourselves to kill this beast that was burdening the land."
I'm sure he said
Probably
that.
worded it differently, but that was the idea. Sure sounded to me like they killed him. I gave them 2 weeks paid leave and told them to lay low to avoid retaliation.
Aren't you worried we might arrest them for this?
Oh, I'm not at all worried about that. These are not the kind of men who get arrested. They're Martinese boys, tough and gritty. I'd like to see the man who takes them in. Besides, I sent my lawyer girl to look after them.
If he's just boasting, then it sure doesn't feel like that to you. He's not worried.
That's authority?
Empathy.
Oh, okay.
Okay. We can now say we're back to the mug and hear about the strike and lynching stuff, and we have more options now. The first one being there was a bullet in the hanged man's head.
Oh, that's yeah. Okay, go on.
The next one, how do you know the mercenaries were hired by the shipping company? The next one, you mentioned a lawyer girl. And the last one, tell me about Titus Hardy and his crew.
All right, let's go through those 3 first. We'll talk about the bullet later.
Okay, so we start with, how do you know the mercenaries were hired by the shipping company?
How do I know? Let me tell you about these people. That's their MO. It's what they do. Last winter, some poor workers in Terminal E went on a little strike. The company sent in Sediment, a security contractor. The strike was over the workers' right to wear protective footwear, Harry. These guys turn up and start beating people. Tell you what, Harry, I wouldn't be surprised if we got the same mercenary company after a little rebranding. And I'm sure as hell not surprised to see an army of scabs under my gates.
So you believe the scabs were organized by the security contractor?
You said it. Hell, one of those guys looks big enough to take down that proverbial elephant. Boys like that don't just happen to show up during strikes.
He's not scared of them. If anything, he likes them being here. Strange.
All right.
So, the lawyer girl? You mentioned the
Yeah.
lawyer girl.
Oh, Liz is a bright one. I paid for that law degree myself, thinking it'll probably turn her all fancy. But hell, Harry, she came back a firebrand socialist. Sometimes she scares me with her zeal.
Okay, and now we ask about Titus Hardy and his crew.
Yeah.
Oh, they are simply fine young men, all 7 of them. Exemplary union members, always working to advance their position in the local socialist democratic movement. Core members. Old Theo used to run them, but things really kicked into gear when Titus took the reins and named the group after himself. Gotta love his initiative.
I like this character now.
Uh-huh.
So, the thing is, Vincent,
Yeah.
do we reveal to someone who is definitely a suspect in the investigation that we have found a crucial detail about the victim, namely the cause of death?
How else would we use that knowledge?
Well, against him. I mean, I'm thinking like a possible policeman now. I mean, I have no idea how they actually think, but like a fictional one in my head.
Yeah, where we
yeah,
eventually use it in a court of law.
a court of law,
Right.
or you keep collecting more important clues so that when you reveal it to him, you know, we can do the same thing to him that he did to us, that psychological terror. It's like you don't just reveal one thing, you reveal a bunch of stuff in order to really corner him and put a lot of pressure on. But I don't know if the game is like counting on that kind of thing. Although it wouldn't like be out of the out of the realm of possibility in this kind of game, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. What do you think?
I would go with the easier option and just talk about it.
Just talk about it.
Yep.
Yeah, I tend to agree. I don't feel like the game will like punish us for that.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
And I agree with you. I think it would be a better game if there were options to take these these clues and group them together and shove them in his face all at the same time, and that would have bigger results or something like that. But
here's what this game would do if that was a situation that came up. It's like you click that dialogue option, and then like, I don't know, authority or esprit de corps has a medium success or whatever and says, wait, do you actually want to reveal that? Maybe you want to hold that back.
Yeah.
Right? That's possible. That could happen.
Yeah, that could indeed happen.
But yeah, I don't think it will. But let's find out.
Okay, we are still in the Theo
I'm
dialogue.
sorry. I was a bit too quick.
Yeah, and I didn't want to stop you by telling you that. I was just
Sorry.
like the discussion there. But we'll continue.
Interesting. Who's second in command?
They're almost all of them great guys, born leaders. Whatever happened, I'm sure they only had the best interests of Martinese and Revachol in mind. Work with them. Hell, interview them. But don't fight them. They really are just like you. Men who like beer, women, and some order on the streets.
And now we can ask him, Evrart, I met these Hardys. Can you ask them to cooperate with me?
Sure.
Or we can just, we're back in the previous menu and can ask about the bullet and all that.
No, follow the Hardy Boys.
No.
But of course, it's the least I can do for my good friend Harry. I'll do it right after we've concluded this talk.
You can now go and tell Titus about this. See what he has to say.
Yeah,
also,
makes sense.
Harry, here's 5 real.
What the fuck? What the fuck? That was kind of a non sequitur.
Now he turns into a friendly, nice uncle, you know? What's
Like,
happening?
Why such a pitiful amount? Before he had like an actual bribe, which was a huge check, I guess, and we declined it. I mean, can we decline this too?
Maybe it's a primer, sort of. Like, here, just take these 5 real, and then later on we think, well, we have already taken 5
Yeah, it's like
real,
a foot in the door tactic.
Yeah.
Well, okay, what options do we have?
We can say, wait, why are you giving it to me? Or we can take it, or we can say, I don't need it. I only wanted you to help me with the Hardy Boys.
Wait options are always fine.
Yeah.
I'm not giving you anything. I'm just holding out 5 real.
Mm-hmm.
Needless to say, this is another move. Don't take it.
Yeah. No intention to take it.
Yep.
Oh, I wasn't offering it to you, just holding it out there. But I'm willing to share information. Was there anything else?
Well, now we ask about the bullet in the hanged man's head.
Yes.
So they shot him.
He sounds pleasantly surprised.
He was shot in the head before he was hanged.
How odd. I don't know what to say, Lieutenant. They told me they hanged him. A hanged man is what I saw when I took a look into that yard. What I do know is, the case is in safe hands. If anyone can get to the bottom of this shot and hanged man, it's my 2 little policemen. Godspeed, policemen.
Okay, and
All
that
right.
concludes that.
Was it a good talk? I'm not sure we made much headway here. I was hoping we'd bust the case wide open. Heck, I even wanted to tell you what I really want to achieve with the strike. I don't know what happened, Harry. I wanted you to feel like Mr. Martinese. And of course, I also wanted you to find your gun. But it's like I can't completely trust you. Yet.
And we ask, yet?
Yes, Harry. It's like I can't fully trust you if you're not a man of the left. I want to, but I just can't.
He's been hurt too much in the past by men who aren't social democrats.
Well, we...
Tough luck that we're gonna become a lefty the way we're playing this.
Well, we have multiple options here. The first one being, I'm not a man of the left. I'm a patriot of Revachol.
Oh God.
Number 2, you're right not to trust me. I take care of me. I'm a hustler. I grind. I'm a money engineer. The third one, what that's supposed to mean? I'm more left than you are. And the fourth one, this is another corrupt scheme, isn't it? I'm neither left nor right. I do what my heart tells me to do.
That one.
Yeah.
What does your heart tell you about your lost gun, Harry? Does it tell you to forget about it? Or do you think it wants to be found? I think it's lonely and cold. I think it wants to be found, and I have a proposal for you.
And what would this entail?
Once again, I require nothing unethical or illegal of you. You just need to get 2 little signatures on this piece of paper, and then mail it to my accountant in La Delta.
Oh.
He always has these weird little requests. It's intriguing.
Yeah, but this one is like, this one might be illegal, right? Because we don't know what's in there. If that's like dirty money, he can say, well, he helped me mail this dirty money
Yeah,
around.
like a lot of things is still unclear here. What document is it and whose signatures?
Yeah.
If you can stomach agreeing, you can turn this around on Evrart. And physically speaking, you can stomach it.
Who is saying that? Pain threshold?
Endurance.
Oh, okay.
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay, and if you want to know if you can stomach the HP cost, yeah, we're fine. Just go on. Okay, so we can say, Kim, what do you think of this? Number 2, what are the signatures for? We can, number 3, accept the task with, fine, if I happen to be there, I can ask them. Or we can reject the task by saying, no, I'm not going to do this.
Ask first who they're for.
I'm glad you asked, Harry. The Union is going to build a modern youth centre in Martinese. It will be righteous. We're gonna get those teenagers off drugs and on roller skates.
Oh my god.
There's a nameless little street on the coast with some old houses around it. Most people have already signed. I just need 2 more signatures to get this mission off the ground, Harry.
This is so fun. I don't know. I like the quest design here. What I'm thinking now is this is actually another completely innocent thing. And he's actually going to do this, build the youth center and all that stuff. And like the signatures are not important. It's just when we go there, we're going to see something like really outrageous or relevant to the case. Like the racist mugs, you know, that leads us, is supposed to very overtly lead us to a certain conclusion.
I'm also thinking, well, then if people know that he wants to do that, because, I mean, he has already talked to a lot of people on that street, then when we show up asking for these signatures for him, then people know that he has apparently a policeman working for him.
Yeah, that's the whole other angle here that it's supposed to, like, I'm less clear about that. This whole, he wants to show that he's cooperating with the RCM, or the RCM is on his side, or whatever. I'm not quite sure what he's trying to get out of that, but it's certainly something. Certainly that's an aspect to this. I mean, the game even mentioned it. Remember when we stood there with Head Measurer and we waited for him to clear the corpse from the tree? I guess Kim mentioned that, like, or
yeah, right.
I don't remember who mentioned it, but it was mentioned that it will be clear to everyone now that we're cooperating with the dock workers.
Right. And in the backyard, there was again, everybody was watching us.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But let's ask Kim.
Before we do that, we have 2 new options.
Oh, okay.
We can also ask, where is this place exactly? And what will happen to the current occupants?
Yeah, sure. Ask more details before we ask him.
So where is this place exactly?
Yeah.
On the coast, Harry, across the canal. There's a cul-de-sac there, a little village they're calling it. A gloomy place. You'll find it. I trust your detective skills, Harry.
That's cool. I really want to go there.
Yeah, and that's the part that we haven't been to, right?
Yeah, conveniently, that's where we can get now, right? We can get over the canal now. It all fits together so perfectly.
It does.
Water drips from the eaves. A woman looks at her freshly tarred skiff. There's a pair of cavalry boots under the fish in the box, and the wind howls like a vicious spirit. You're already pretty deep into this. What's a little more? No one can see you here in Martinese.
Okay, now we can ask, what will happen to the current occupants?
Yeah.
They are just going to have to deal with the construction noise for 6 months, and then they'll be living like kings. Right next to a fancy new youth centre, designed by the best architects from Stella Marie.
Sounds wonderful.
Yeah. So,
Who could turn it down?
I wouldn't know anyone.
Yeah.
Kim, what do you think of this?
Yeah.
It depends. I don't think what we just got from Mr. Claire was very useful.
He studies Everett.
But, he thinks, it's your call.
As I said, it weighs on me heavily. But once we get really talking, well, I'm going to hand you the keys to Martinese, and maybe even help you figure out who's behind this killing.
The thing is, he has basically said who's behind the killing. Like Titus and the Hardy Boys.
Yeah.
So this doesn't really make sense to me. I mean, or is it? I'm frustrated, Vincent. Like, are we supposed to basically acknowledge that the Hardy Boys are an obvious cover story and it's not real? Because, I mean, I do think that's what's going on.
Yeah.
I just don't know if Evrart is, like, admitting to that. Right?
Guess so.
And, yeah, I still think all he's gonna reveal is, this is Weasel. Get rid of the Weasel. But also, I just want to kind of find out where he's going. And, like, I do want to do the task. How do you feel?
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I'd rather say yes and than no.
You bring joy to my heart, Harry. Such a pleasure to be working with you. Here.
He hands you an open white envelope.
You need to get signatures from Isabel Sadie and Lillian Carter. The cul-de-sac is right past the pawn shop and across the canal. I heard there was some trouble with the water lock, but it should be fixed now. Once you have the signatures, mail this to 13022 La Rocca in the Delta. Then we can talk about your gun.
All right.
Okay. We have a new option we're back to the very first menu, and we have a new option. Can we go over a few details concerning the murder again? But I think that just leads us to the conversation we just ran.
Yeah.
Okay, so we leave.
All right.
Hi, Evrart.
Well, we have more tasks.
Right.
That's nice. Crap, Vincent. I want to look at that container. I'm conflicted about what we just got from Evrart. I was hoping for more, I think.
Yeah.
At least more about the gun.
I'm wondering...
That gun thing really got us. We're having literal epileptic seizures about it.
Yeah, I'm wondering how much I talked to the Hardy Boys again to let them speak to you.
That's true. That's also something we can do.
Yeah. We are running in the harbor right now, and we have a thought bubble.
Oh, okay.
I think it... The musk of oil and rust comes from the chasm in front of you. Smells like blood. Well, good to know. Let's loot, but I think we already looted it. Yeah, it's empty. Okay, onto the container.
Yes. And that... We'll probably close the episode with that. I hope this is going to be a huge dialogue tree. You never know in this game.
Yeah, start the container.
You're back before the cargo container. Its drawer has not lessened since you were last here. If anything, it seems to have grown slightly.
And we have a white check. Rhetoric, impossible 18.
I love impossible checks.
Persuade the door to open.
Oh, Kim is gonna like this.
We have a 3% chance, and we have a +1 from being in the world for 2 days.
Oh wow, that's a cool bonus.
Yeah. Let's see if we have anything that gives us a rhetoric bonus.
Okay, sure.
I don't know if
we found a shirt for logic, but I don't think we have anything for rhetoric.
There's a -1 to rhetoric from the orange bum head.
Oh, well, we could take that off, right?
We're not even wearing it.
Okay, good. Then nothing to worry about there.
But nothing for rhetoric, and we have no minuses either. So yeah, we have 1 rhetoric.
Yeah, we basically need double
cargo
6s
container.
to succeed.
Its drawer has not lessened since you were last here. If anything, it seems to have grown slightly.
Which is unlikely. But let's try it.
Yeah.
Why are you even trying to open a door with rhetoric?
And we can say, because getting physical wasn't an option. Or we can say, yeah, why am I?
Why am I?
Why are you what?
And we can say, anything at all. Or we can say, never mind.
Anything at all.
Now is not the time to get philosophical, detective. You can do that after hours.
Oh, Kim, you should have been there with Joyce. Man, it was wild. Yeah,
Okay.
maybe can we take off our pants or something?
No, absolutely not.
Yeah. All right. Seems like another mystery that we will have to return to, Vincent. Just like we will return to the Disco Elysium in the next episode. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thank you, Vincent, for reading to me all the things you
always a
have read to
pleasure.
me, and today for describing Bag End so wonderfully. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Leave a comment. We always enjoy those very, very much. And you can follow us on Twitter @makes_play. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye.